been a minute. Welcome back to the joydrive YouTube channel and my dream garage. Before we continue, if you do like what you see and you're interested in this space and how I'm going to use it, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, graze that little like button, and any questions about this space, me, the channel, reviews, etc., drop them down in the comments at the end of the video, because this is going to be a big one and we are going to answer a lot of the questions as we go through. Now, before we jump into it, we've been on a bit of a journey. So I'm going to throw you back to 2021, where I did record some of that journey. Now, some being the key word. And I must admit, we have skipped a lot of the story. As you can see, the wall is already painted white. The ceiling is mostly painted black. It's been a bit of a journey and I just haven't documented it. It's been way more time consuming than I thought, but it's time to bring you along for this epic journey. So today's task in 31-degree heat is to lay the floor. So basically, to catch you up, this bit's going to be really boring. Basically, what I've done is I have painted this wall here, this 11 meters worth of wall, white. The ceiling's obviously black, as you can see. But now it's time to lay the floor. Now, I filmed a really good bit about the floor at Flexico with Kelly. She was wonderful, very accommodating, but my memory card corrupted and I deleted it all. So just imagine that right now I'm at Flexico explaining about the floor, explaining all the different colors and how good it is, and there's a cool little thing about a forklift doing donuts on the flooring, because everyone's like, oh, you can't use the flooring for things. You definitely can. So just imagine that right now, but back to present day, or not pretending it's not, you get the idea. So the plan is, we're gonna lay the floor all the way along here, which is not how you're supposed to do it, and then the GTools cabinets are going to go on the floor, and then I can move the stuff from over there over here. That's the plan. Now what I do want to get across is, do not use this as a how-to for how to lay this flooring, because I'm about to do it very wrong. Just the situation that I'm in, that's just the way I'm going to have to do it. So yeah, when you do this, watch this time lapse, don't do this as a tutorial. This is a tutorial on how not to do it, because it's going to be a pain in the ass to go the wrong way. But here we go. So let's get cracking. So what you just saw was I am so tired. That was the first time putting the car into the garage. Look at it. I can't believe this is mine. This is ours. This is ours to create content in. It's my house, but it's all of ours. I want to create so much awesome content in here. When I get cars for review, I can take photos in here. I can do the walkarounds in here. Obviously, when the lighting's sorted, which is taking a bit longer than I wanted, but who knows? Obviously, by the time this video is out, it's done. So yeah, all right. On to the next step. And welcome back to a far chillier 2022. Now, before I chuck you back to just as I'd finished painting, I do actually have another channel now, joydrive Live. I do live editing of photos and videos, and we just banter. You watch me edit some photos of some cool cars, you watch me edit some videos, maybe even this video. So go consider giving that channel a subscribe. I'll chuck it down in the description just below. But for now, back to painting. So now that's out of the way, we can move on to the next project. Now, the next project is this. So you may have noticed that I've not been painting this wall. And I haven't cared about the overspray. I've mastered a little bit, but that's mainly to protect the door. So this wall, as you would have seen from the early teaser cinematics, is I don't even know how to explain it. So I'll just show you what I'm doing and then we'll work out what it's called. So what I've done is taken some old magazines from 2011, 2012, both from England and other places. And yeah, just pulled out some pages that interest me, that will interest other people, just to see like how we've come. So these from cars from England back in, yeah, a long time ago. So yeah, we're going to stick those on the wall all randomly. There's not enough there to fill that and that, but we're going to start in the middle. So we're going to do the middle bit, do like the really cool ones in the middle, so like they're at reading height. And then when I need to fill up some more, I'll reach out to the general public, I guess, so I can fill these gaps up here. We're going to be sticking it with this. Have no idea if it's going to work or not, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Welcome back. Didn't see you there. Don't worry, I'm going to show you around very soon. But for now, it's lights. So this is going to be the first time that I see them. I have legitimately not seen them. I've not seen any photos. This is essentially the first time that I'm going to see the garage finished. Essentially. Mostly. I'm generally so excited for this. All right, don't escape. Cat, you ready? Okay, so the lights are off right now. The only light on is an LED strip. You ready? Oh my. I am an animal. I love it. You want to see it? You've been very patient with the time traveling, and there's just one more little jump to go, and that's for something that I get asked about a lot, which is the insulation. I don't know many people that have done this, so I'm just going to give you a very quick tutorial on how to get these in. Now you can kind of see from the time lapse what I'm doing and how I've evolved this process. Now basically what you do is you order them slightly thicker than what you measure them, so that they're wedged in there. That's just depth wise. Width and height, I'll explain everything how to do that in just a second. But so what I'm doing is you've got to wedge it up and in So it's kind of solid in there. But like, as you can kind of see, this is not, it's not up enough. So see, all I'm doing is I'm putting a piece of wood here, like that, and then hammering the shit out of it. Now don't forget, this is just foam, like it doesn't really matter. Do it in the middle, but you've got to do it at each end as well. If you've got a longer piece of wood, it'd probably be better, but yeah. Now in terms of measuring the height, the width obviously has to be from the inside to the inside of these battens here. So inside here to inside here, right? But height-wise, you need to jam it in there. So basically just here, you can kind of see here that that's my fingertips there, they go up just a little bit and then they're hitting a lip there. Same for down here. So I'm measuring from the bottom of the lip to about 5-10 mil up. Not so I'm hitting the lip, but just as a bit of a gap. So what that allows you to do is to push up, hammer it in, and then there's a bit of leeway to drop it back down again, so it's clamped at both top and bottom. If you measure from inside lip to inside lip, there's no wiggle room, right? So you got to leave a bit of a gap, push it up, in, down. That's the very quick tutorial on how to get these in. Anyway, back to it. You ready for the cinematics? Me too. Roll the clip. And that is what 6 months and $15,521 looks like. And yes, I counted. You'll notice the car is gone. There's a lot more echo. So let's get started on the grand tour. So we're going to go from back to front, from floor to ceiling. Strap in, it's about to get wild. 2.4 by 2.4 meter roller door. This is actually the current very big problem. To touch, it is super cold, and in summer it is super hot. The insulation helps that door, but unfortunately not this door. At the back, in future, we're going to have a little pad so that I can push a car out here, and the Civic does fit through here. Bonus all round. Over here we have the old Advert section. So this was essentially a time capsule to the past. It was basically, okay, let's see how crazy prices were. As an example, I know this is a Japanese Euro channel, but Holden HSV GTSR number 54, only 700 kilometers on the clock, was 79,950, now 59,999. They had to drop the price 20 grand because they couldn't sell them. That makes the heart weak, doesn't it? Up here we got some magazines just for some light reading. Mighty Car Mod, Garage Journal, which are a fantastic local bunch. And then some ones from America, and of course Goodwood, which I went to just before I moved here. Safety first, boys and girls. We have a fire extinguisher. Always be safe in your garage. Moving on to this wall over here. we have the magazines. Now the magazines is probably not my crowning glory, but I really enjoy this idea. These are essentially all magazines from England. There's some from America, and there's actually some of my friends' cars in here. We've got Vince's cars, we've got Dean's car. I forget her name, but she owns that NSX, which is also up there. This is before the EG was originally released. This was the artistic drawings. Really glad it didn't look like that, because it looks like absolute trash. So yeah, these are all stuck up here, and then behind there is Japanese newspaper, which I sourced from a lovely gentleman who had just ordered a Japanese exhaust, needless to say. Over here we've just chucked my garden tools. To be honest, I kind of forgot that this was going to be a thing, and I've organised this garage for a car guy, but I'm a house guy and a DIY guy now, so that's kind of chucked there. This is Millie. She's joining us on the tour. Good girl. Good girl. Moving back over here, we have something which I really love. The TV, which has the Google TV hooked up to it so I can watch what I want. Right now we're streaming North Borders, huge inspiration to the channel, and super lovely human being as well. Millie's looking for treats. Down here we have a compressor. Now I've got a book here because I get so many questions about this compressor. It is a hush compressor, so it runs at 70 decibels, it's 100 liters, and is 10.2 CFM at 100 PSI. I don't know what that means to anyone, but it's what it is. Over here we have a hose reel, which is retractable, and just behind it we have a 35 amp plug. You're probably wondering, Simon, why do you have a 35 amp plug? Because I'm currently standing in a 3.2 meter high recess on top of 140 mil steel reinforced concrete with a 32 MPa rating. That means I can fit a hoist in here in future. Millie, you want another treat, mate? Come here, sit. Gonna hit a like for a doggo, right? Over here we kind of have the big ticket item. This is the huge workbench area, cupboards. I actually bought these secondhand off of Reese, who I also did a Dream Garage video on, the blue and I can't even remember, the blue and black garage. Super awesome garage. Over here we have just random stuff. We don't really need to look into there. So these, I've spent a fair bit of time on. They're all labelled, hand tools, etc. We've got fixins in there, which Millie is just checking out. Are they all in stock, mate? All there? Good? Good girl. Cheers for checking out my tools. Appreciate ya. This space here is going to be for a future fridge, because you want to have drinks and stuff in the garage. Up here we have Ryobi tools. I pretty much have everything Ryobi, for better or for worse. I think they're fantastic for the hobbyist. If I was a professional mechanic, would I still keep them? That is questionable. Some stickers from lovely supporters and some friends. And moving on to the final cabinet. This one's special to me because just in here we have some number plates from an American trip that I did. I went to SEMA. I reviewed a Corvette in America. Go check that video out. It's on the channel. And of course, all the detailing gear, because what car guy doesn't love a good detail? And on to the jack. And yes, the jack does roll across the floor. I don't know why so many people ask me that question, but it does. Tool trolley, which is super awesome for when you're working on a car or working on something. You can put everything that you need on there, move it around. It's absolutely golden. Moving on to the storage, we don't care about that. What we do care about is the sofa on wheels. So this little sucker is on wheels, lovingly donated by my wonderful partner. And just behind me are some memories. Now these are things that are important to me. We have my first run of stickers. We have the map of 2019 SEMA, which I absolutely adored. And then these stickers I've been collecting over the past, I shit you not, like 15 years. My first ever personal steering wheel, which I absolutely adore. A proper Suikara from a local line Japanese train, as I found out the other day. Now, I get asked a lot about, this is insulation. Has it made a huge difference? Questionable, but we will see how that goes through time. Just up here is a sensor for a Wi-Fi door opener, which has actually come in super handy. $40 from JB Hi-Fi. Love that. Now, didn't think you were going to get away with this one, did ya? Hey Mill, you inspecting the floor as well? Millie right now is inspecting the Swisstrax, all 63 square meters of it. As you can see, yellow, black, and silver. Took me about 2 days to fit. There's a lot here. I'll be completely open with you. It cost me $5,200 because that is something which I get asked an extreme amount because they wonder whether they should get this or epoxy. That's for another discussion, another video. Chuck some comments down below and I'll answer as many questions as I can. Moving up from the floor, we have the walls and the ceiling. Now I painted these and that absolutely sucked. I ended up buying a spray gun and using something like 45 litres of paint, which was 4 times more than Bunnings told me that I would need. We have matte black ceiling. It does soak up the light. I got a question about why didn't I do these black? Because the light is freaking insane. And of course, LEDs, because who doesn't love a good LED? Over here is probably one of my favorite parts. This is the selfie wall. These planter boxes were lovingly assembled by me and my partner. And I had a joydrive HQ housewarming party. So you can see here some selfies, and there's a Polaroid camera. You take a selfie. Millie wants a treat. She's working hard, doing absolutely nothing. And yeah, you take a selfie, sign it, write a dumb message, do whatever you want. It's just something fun. Whoever comes to the garage is legally supposed to take a selfie. I've cleared that with my lawyers and everything. Millie, come here. Come here. Sit. You are not helping. Sit. Who do you think I am? Good girl. And finally, she's probably going to arc up again because I got treats and now she knows I have treats. Sit. Good girl. So these are skate decks. This area here is actually ludicrously expensive. We of course have the LZ MFG boards. We've got the S15 and the R34. These are garage welt boards. So these art ones here, this one, and that one, are all from a company called Garage Welt in America. Absolutely stunning boards. They've got a huge range, and of course DGK, who are actually a skate deck manufacturer. We then have my first ever photo camera and my first ever video camera. And that about wraps up the grand tour. So that's it. Any questions, drop them down below. And if you do want to see what I do with this space, maybe hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for joining. Remember, be kind to each other. And as a bonus, I'm going to chuck in some clips of some upcoming videos. And yes, we're back.